Okay, 1587, good luck. So we've not played before, no head-to-head score. Opponent 1100 games, that's very, very good. Okay, let's just develop. We'll probably go something like this in castle. Be probably quite similar for both of us, I would think, but we're just trying to get castled. Get the bishop outside of the pawn wall. Yeah, so we can do the same thing. You've just got to be a little bit paying attention for this idea, but I think it's a good square. But here we might have to trade off. You just got to be a little bit careful. It's possible to, in some lines, blunder this and this, that sort of idea. Okay, they've gone back. Now here I guess you just simply counter, but it's a nice square for my knight though. So I'm going to push the c5 pawn. It gives my knight a nice natural square. Okay, comes forward. That's very natural as well. So it's normal to trade the bishop here. Now take, and back, and you're going to probably end up playing f4. Take, knight forward. Take. I don't quite like that. So knight up's normal. Take, then take. Actually, it's probably better. I mean, you could take with a queen, but I think I'll just bring the knight up for now. Get a development move, and then decide if we're going to try and take. Ah, you might have blundered a pawn there. Well, not necessarily, but you might have to bring this pawn over. Yeah, I think I can take now, because we pressure this pawn. So I'm going to give up the bishop and drop the knight back. And there's no light squared bishop anymore to worry about. The knight down is a bit of a problem. But obviously you might end up having to go a move like f4. Oh, he just blundered the pawn as well. Take, what's his idea? Say, bishop takes, we just shift the knight somewhere. That feels like a good trade, but I think we've got that centre pawn, so I'm going to take it. He's just blocked the defence of the queen. Now he might try a move like take, so he's gone there to hit the rook. Okay. I wasn't really paying attention to that, was I? So, that was actually very good by my opponent there. I wasn't paying attention at all. Let's just drop back and give him the exchange. But we've got a pawn, so yeah, this game could be going wrong. Well, it's going wrong slightly. It's kind of going wrong, isn't it? Let's just go slowly and steadily forward and try and deal with these pawns. Try not to blunder this knight. Now, my queen is a little bit misplaced here. What about pawn up? Yeah, I like the idea of pawn up. I've got to be careful, but this game could be a loss now, having made that really careless mistake. Now, if my opponent takes here, they blunder the exchange back, so they won't do that. So does it matter which pawn I push? I think I should push this pawn, so the queen can always come in over. Takes, I'll still take with the knight. But yeah, I might have made a complete horlicks of this game. Okay, not too many games for my opponent in the other time controls. So here, what about rook across? It might allow takes back. Let's play, mind you, rook over. Does it allow this? Takes. Actually, why can't I just take the pawn there? You just take, because my queen covers. As long as the queen's not getting in quickly, I can maybe grab a pawn. I think I can take because I can come back. I mean, you've got this, but yeah, I think I can just drop the queen back here. Opponent's seeing everything though, aren't they? They're doing really, really, really well. Now here to come here is a bit of a problem. So queen across. And I've got to give up a pawn. If he sees queen across, I'm in a bit of trouble. Queen back, or he doesn't do it. Now, can I get away with a pawn push then? I don't see why not. Take. Solidify the knight. Might be good for me, might be. My instincts are to trade the queen, but I don't think I'm going to be able to keep this outside pawn. But take, I'd have an extra pawn in the centre. That's my instincts. The problem is if he gets this in, it's very difficult to defend. That's the problem. Because I've seen it, I'm aware of it. So I'm going to bail out and take there. Just trade the queens. And try and just plant the knight, something like this. I'll just concede this pawn's going to be lost. Oh, he's gone there. What the heck? Why did he not take? So knight up now. Lose a pawn, gain a queen, lose a queen. Queen doesn't do no good. But knight across, he can't play f4 in a hurry. I might as well move the knight then, but do I want the knight here or here? Drop back. He's playing incredibly well, isn't he? I just wonder whether to go knight here as a temporary move to hold. But it's probably the wrong square to be on. I want to be here, don't I? Here. Takes. Shuffle. Down. Yes, I'm probably going to go here, rook across. I think I'm really in a lot of trouble this game, so I'm going to play the knight here just to guard for one move. It feels like I'm lost. He's played this incredibly well. I've made a sloppy mistake, but he's playing it perfectly. If your opponent does that, there's not much you can do. I mean, look at how he's banging these moves out. Okay, just move across. He can't play this in one move, but he can shortly. Queen over might be a move. Trade again would be good because we'd have connected pawns, but he's banging the moves out and he's playing it perfectly. So that's a bit of a problem. So here, this would definitely be a good trade because we then connect the pawns up. Whether my king's too far away to then support the pawn is another matter, but that would be a good trade. Goes back. Okay. I honestly don't see anything good here. I'm going to bring the king up. I don't see any good way to play this whatsoever. Yeah, he's gone across to hit my knight, so we have to move. But I'm very happy if I can actually trade the queen. I don't think I'm going to be able to. Where do we go? Just go here. I mean, I'll probably end up knight around, and then knight in the middle would be nice if I can do it, but take isn't a move right now. Let's just push the pawn. I'm just playing a holding move there, see how he does this. Okay, he's gone across. But if he takes, can I push is what I'm looking at. Queen across. Oh, queen over now might force the queen trade. I'm going to lose both pawns, aren't I? Here, takes, rook takes, cross. I need the queen off the board. I've got to try. Got to take with a rook if he takes. Oh, he's just gone for the check. So I'm going to push and then knight across, I hope. Yeah, this game's over. He's just played this unbelievably well. Oh, has he blundered? What the heck? Takes. He hasn't actually blundered, but if he takes, can I take here? No, I can't. I thought he'd blundered and he hasn't actually blundered. Knight across, he just takes. Take, rook takes. Maybe I'm holding, maybe. Rook up. Let's play rook up for now. He's just played an unbelievably good game. Wow. Incredibly good. Again, I'll try this. Takes. Let's go here. For the rating level, he's played this incredibly well. I just feel like I've got to get the queen off the board somehow. Or I've got very little chance. But you never know. Okay, he has traded. So here takes, here across. No, I don't like that. Let's just push. We've always got the knight to jump somewhere or other. Now, can we get the king up? He's threatening to take. That's a problem. But if I move my rook, the knight guards this one. Now if we take the take back, I just need the king in. I'm not sure I could achieve it, but that's what I need. If I get the king here, I might be half in the game at least. So we might get the king in. Then we can hopefully release the knight. Okay, check. Check's no good, so check here. Okay, I'm going to start attacking now, I hope. Ooh. Is that a mistake? Here, check. Has he just blundered it? He has to go back. I think he just blundered the game. I think he's blundered it. Poof. That's unbelievable, isn't it? What a tough game. It should be a win now, but we still have to pay attention. But I've got time here, so check. You go to one of the other. So where do I want his king? Knight up, check. I just block with a rook. I'm just going to bring the knight forward. If he checks, I can just block, or I can sidestep or sidestep. Actually, yeah. Pawn up is just cleanly winning now. Boy, that's a really tough game, and you can see how risky it is when you play these low-rated opponents at whatever rating level you play at yourself. Yeah, he's just resigned. I really should have lost that one after that early mess-up. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to scroll the moves. 51 moves. Move times. Now let's see how badly the engine says we messed up there in the opening. We really messed it up. He played it perfectly until he just made that one move blunder at the end. He just made that one move blunder at the end, but he's played a fabulous game up until then. Just a simple mistake. He played it too quickly. He had bags of time on the clock. So were we actually surviving there? Were we surviving? We have blundered earlier on here. Oh, we're actually better here, so I'm up position. Also, in this position, we're actually better. It's not as bad as what we thought it was. It wasn't as bad as we thought it was. So we have messed up here. So we're a little bit better in the opening. So the final figures are what? 90% versus 85 accuracy. The CPL 2747. I've only got the one blunder, 3 from my opponent. But we're actually better when we thought we were struggling. So in this position, it was a mistake to take the pawn, fair enough. We should have just developed the queen. It's very common that actually, queen up here, and knight back in the London type opening. So that's a standard position. Then in this position, we're minus, what are we? Minus 1.7, 1.9. So A3 was a mistake by opponent. It's back level. As soon as opponent played A3, it's back level. And we're basically just about level or better the rest of the entire game. A slight mistake here. So the mistake was what? So it's not E4. No, sorry, E5. Knight across the mistake. Just ignore it and play H5. The engine is saying. Just trade everything off and we're actually fine. So H5. I gather you shouldn't even take there. G3 is the move. So this is the engine line. Yeah, because we've got the extra pawn, we're actually fine. It's close, it's basically about level, but the extra pawn makes a difference. But simple one move mistake from opponent and we've converted, but really tough. You can see how easy it is to lose these.